Welcome everyone to the first live stream on ASX Stock Market Technical Investor channel. And today I hope that all of you had a wonderful day. I'm so glad that I make the first live stream ever in this channel. I hope that the analysis on my channel gives you some idea for you to start your analysis, your study about the stock that you want to invest. But keep in mind that I'm not a professional or an expert in financial field, so please don't use my analysis to do any investment without any further research. Alright, so now I will jump straight into analysis of the very potential sector that I am thinking it will go very far in the future, which is hydrogen energy. Alright, so the first stock I'm going to do analysis is BRL. I think many of you, when you do research on the hydrogen energy sector, you're gonna know about this company. Alright, at the moment the stock is consolidating in a range between 13 to around 18 cent, which is very tight range in the daily time frame as well as in the weekly time frame. But in general, it has very strong support at around 13 cents. So I think at the moment you can get in this stock with a reasonable size, because maybe it can retrace a little bit more to just below 13 cents, around 11 to 12 cents. But the potential to move upward, move higher in the longer time frame, like monthly time frame, is really high. You can see there's actually no resistance above 20 to 24 cents. So if you can get in at this level, I think it's quite safe. But of course we cannot say anything for sure, but the possibility is really high, even though that is gonna consolidate in this range a little bit more, maybe a few weeks, and then it have, if any momentum gain in the next 2 or 3 weeks, gonna boost this stock, maybe go higher to 20 cents or even some level higher. So the next one, alright, so the next one I'm going to do analysis is the EDE. This stock is at the moment it's not very in good position at the moment. The downtrend is still continuing on the longer term, I think in the monthly time frame, but it's slowing down. When you look at the weekly time frame here, you can see it shows some reversal signal. You can wait for maybe 1 or 2 weeks to see if the share price can going back up a little bit, and you can enter at around 2 to 3 cents, but their resistance around 2.8 cents. So if it's safe that you can get into the stock when the share price get 2.8 cents. Remember this resistance level. So the next one is GEV. GEV is also quite similar to the EDE one. At the moment, it's not showing the potential uptrend in near future. It's still consolidate around 9 to 10 cents, I guess, in a few weeks time. And even it get over this level, there's still another resistance level at around 15 cent. So you can still get in here and maybe quickly get out when it reach 15 cent, and then get back in later on when it show strong consolidation. And on the daily time frame, it fluctuate in a very tight range between 8 to 9 cent. I think this stock it needs to take a bit more time to consolidate before it can move up to higher level. The next one is GNX. GNX is also consolidating in a tiny range between 20 cent to 25 cent, and I think but it's already in this range for a long time, so maybe it's gonna break out sometime soon, maybe in weeks, but because on the longer time frame, on monthly time frame, there's still a resistance at a level of 23 cent, so it's gonna consolidate here maybe at least 2-3 months before it can break through the 25 cent and then 28 cent level, and then this stock have very good potential to move even further. Alright, so now I'm moving to the next one, the HXG. Okay, HXG at the moment is just get over the resistance level in a daily time frame around 8 cent, and then it has some selling force to push it back down to 7 cent. It tried to go back up at the moment around 8 cent again. I think it's gonna consolidate at least a few weeks in this range before it can move up to 9 cent or 10 cent. But there's also still a big resistance in the weekly time frame around this area from 10 to 11 cents. So I think in short term the target would be 10 to 11 cents for this stock. After that, we need to wait a bit more time, at least for 4 months, I guess, for this stock to get enough momentum to move higher. The next one is HZR. I think HZR also consolidates similar to HXG. It's also consolidated in the range around 98 cent to $1.1, and this will consolidate in this range at least a few weeks or months, 1 or 2 months, before it can break through the big resistance in the range of $1.1 to $1.2. So yeah, be patient with this stock, but keep an eye on this. And on the daily time frame, it break through 1.15. I think that's a good signal to get in this stock. The next one is KPO. Oh wow, this stock is obviously showing a downtrend on the weekly time frame. Of course, it's not very strong at the moment, but I think it's gonna take a few months to get through this range around 4 to 5 cents, because there's a strong resistance in the monthly time frame. So yeah, just maybe check back in a few weeks time to see whether it can get through these resistance levels at around 3.5 to 4 cents. The next one is BHII. I think this is one of the very promising stock in this sector. At the moment, it's also consolidating in a low, very tight range between 6 and 7 cents. So in the next few weeks, if this stock can get over 7.5 cents or even 9 cents, I think that is a very good sign to get in the stock, because you can see there's a big resistance around 8 cents in the monthly time frame. If the share price can get over 8 cents in next 2 or 3 weeks, I think that's a very good timing for getting into this stock. The next one is QEM. QEM is not very, the chart is not showing very good signal at the moment. It will maybe consolidate for a bit more, at least 2-3 weeks, in the range of 15 to 19 cents, maybe lower. So I don't think this is a very promising one. We can skip it for now. The final one in this sector, I think very popular, very well-known one is BHII. You can see the daily time frame show some momentum, some uptrend momentum, and also in the weekly time frame we can kind of see the uptrend now, but of course it still has some resistance around 29 cents to 30 cents. So if the stock can go over this range, the 30 cent resistance, I believe this is gonna be very good for this stock, very bullish signal, because you can see in the monthly time frame there's not any like significant resistance above the level of 25 to 30 cents. Of course there's a peak around 42 cents or 45 cents. If this is kind of like the psychology level, so if it get over 30 cents, it can move to 40 cents and then maybe retrace a little bit before it can go furthermore. Alright, so that's all of my analysis for the hydrogen energy sector, or hydrogen energy stock in Australian stock market. I think we have 2 or 3 candidates that can show some uptrend in near term, in short term, in few weeks and month, and some you need to wait a bit more, maybe few months. Alright, so I hope that all of my analysis give you some idea for you to do some more research in your investing journey, and I will be back with some more analysis on other sector. I hope that you enjoy it, and if you have any comment, any stock that you want me to do analysis, please put the requirement in the comment, and I will look into it. Hopefully I can cover some of the stock in the next or in the future live streams. And now I will see you again soon.